What's going on, y'all? It's Ken, Beans Ball Card Blog, coming back with another Mangini challenge. I did one a couple of days ago for Scott Siebel. As you can see, I'm decked out in my Mountaineer gear here again, WVU alumni. So maybe that gives you a slight hint of kind of what this is going to surround, as you can kind of see a card in my hand. So I didn't, as I mentioned in the last video, but in case you didn't see it, John's thing was take a card, any card, look at it. You don't know the guy, do a little research, learn a little bit about him. I took a different approach. I took guys that I knew stuff about, and I went ahead and looked into them. And in some cases, I learned, and in both of these videos, I learned a little bit more. This one, neither one was a ton. But definitely learned kind of what these guys are doing now. Scott Siebel was the last one. There was a reason I chose him, because at one time he held a distinction in Major League Baseball, which I revealed at the end of that video. Feel free to go back and check that out. But I knew most of that information, but I did learn kind of what he's doing now. And same with this one. So this is the subject of my Mangini challenge today for y'all. Some of you may have heard the name, some of you may not. So this is a 2002 Bowman Futures Game autograph relic. And I know that because it's on this right here, the sleeve that it came in apparently. And apparently I only paid $0.25 for this back in the day at one time. So it's pretty awesome for a autographed relic. And this is the subject of this video. This is J.R. House. Don't know if any of you know who he is. I've known about him since he was in high school. And we'll talk up a little bit about that. So he's a former major leaguer, and the current third base coach and catching coordinator for the Cincinnati Reds. I think he started that gig last year, was when he started that. So, not a very impressive major league career, but he did make the bigs, which is more than probably anybody watching this video can say. He played 32 major league games in 2003, 2004, 2006, 7, and 8 with the Pirates, Astros, and Orioles. He ended up hitting 167 with 3 home runs. All 3 of those were in 2007 with Baltimore, which is the season that he appeared in his most games, which was 19. So yeah, he made it. He made it to the show. He wasn't there long, didn't have a long outstanding career. And was, I guess it won't say on here, and I didn't look this up, but he was like maybe a second-round draft pick. Maybe he was even a first-round draft pick. I can't remember, so I kind of failed y'all on that. But I know he was a high enough draft pick. He was a top prospect. I mean, you're seeing he's a futures game card here. And he was in 2000, 2001, maybe even 99. He was in a lot of those, minor league top prospect sets. What was it? Just Minors. He was in Just Minor sets. I'm trying to think of what else was popular around then. I don't think he was ever in the SP top prospects. But I know he was definitely in the best, because I remember that was his first autograph, and I was chasing the hell out of that thing and just not willing to put out the money that it was going for. Hindsight 2020, I chose wisely. But anyway, so yeah, what have I told you? That even though he made the major leagues and hit 3 home runs and played over 5 different seasons, that baseball was not his best sport. Dun dun dun. So if you listen to what I said, if you paid attention to the years, I didn't say he played 2003 through 2008 because he injured his arm, which required rotator cuff surgery, and the Pirates released him after the 2004 season. 2005, he did not play baseball at all. Instead, he enrolled at the West Virginia University, and he made the football team as a backup quarterback. He ended up completing 2 of 4 passes for 38 yards, no touchdowns or interceptions. He also had 2 rushes for 16 yards with a long of 13 yards and no touchdowns rushing. However, what J.R. House is known best for by many, at least where I'm from, I mean, it's what he's known for, is as a high school legend. High school, what do you call it? High school, I don't remember. Legend isn't the word I'm looking for. But anyway, schoolboy legend, that's what I was looking for. As a schoolboy legend quarterback, he held dozens of West Virginia and national passing records when he graduated and left Nitro High School in West Virginia. West Virginia has a AAA system, which has been revamped since I was there. Single A is the smallest, double A, AAA. At the time, Nitro was AAA, which I believe they're probably double A now based on restructuring. Because they were one of the smallest AAA schools, but they won West Virginia's high school football championship in 1998. The team ran a shotgun offense, and man, I mean, they set scores of state and national records. They went 14-0 and won the school's only state football title. During that season, they saved their best for the last. They beat Morgantown High School, which is my alma mater, in the title game, 69-52. Remember, this is 1998. This isn't modern football where everybody's scoring in the 50s and 60s. Even the SEC with their great defense, the offenses are still scoring 50 points, and nobody's saying that the SEC defenses suck. SEC can eat a dick. Anyway, so in the game, the Wildcats, they set or matched 33 state and national records, including House throwing for a then national record tying 10 Dutchtown passes in the game. And it was an overflow crowd at Wheeling Island Stadium. My friends and I think it was about 4 of us, we went up for the game. I mean, we wanted to see Morgantown beat Nitro. It didn't work. We left at halftime, and even though, the score says 69-52, that score doesn't indicate. That score makes the game look a lot closer than it was. We left at halftime. We left. Wheeling was about over an hour from Morgantown, where we all were. We were at WVU at the time. We were freshmen. So we actually left early at halftime because, I mean, they were up. I want to say they were up maybe 42-10 or something like that. I don't know, something asinine. So we all actually left. We went back to Morgantown, went for the Morgantown Christmas parade, and had some hot chocolate with some legal beverages in it at the parade, and went back and hung out at somebody's house, and then went out that Saturday night. But yeah, I've heard that the game ended up closer than it was, but nonetheless, we had left. All good. So, I found these numbers on nfhs.org, and the stats are updated through at least 2018. I don't know if they were updated with last season's statistics, because I did not see anyone listed as playing in 2019. So there is some possibility that a couple of these maybe got knocked down a rung or two this past year. But when he left school, this is currently through 2018, he is 5th in high school career passing yards. He was the leader when he left high school. He is 7th in single season passing yards. That 1998 season, he was the leader when he left high school. He is still 10th in career high school passing touchdowns. He was second when he left high school. That being said, I don't think I mentioned this somewhere else. They ran a 5 wide out run and shoot. I don't even know if you'd call it a run and shoot, because I'm pretty sure it was 5 wide outs. They did not even have a running back there. But yeah, it was something to behold. He's currently tied for second with 7 others with 10 single game touchdowns thrown. When he left high school, he was tied for second with another. And again, the 10 touchdown game was that championship game, which I believe was his final game too, because I believe he was just a year behind me. He's currently tied for 8th with 3 others with 65 with 65 passing touchdowns in a season. He was second when he left high school. There was another quarterback that same year that threw for more than 65 touchdowns. I did not recognize the name, so I don't know if that guy played college football or where he did. He's still 4th in career passing attempts. When he left high school in 1998, he was the leader. And he is currently 7th in single-season passing attempts. When he left high school, he was the leader, if you notice the recurring trend here. But yeah, so now you know something you didn't know. So maybe if you ever scrolling through some cards from the early 2000s, you'll find a J.R. House. You'll be like, man, I heard that name somewhere. Why did I hear that name? Maybe you'll look it up. Maybe you won't. But anyway, that's my second Mangini challenge. I'm actually enjoying these, so I may continue doing these. I don't even think it's a contest. It's just something he wanted to do, and I like it for the content. So I at least have one idea of somebody else I want to do, and you can probably detect the theme of at least what it'll be centered around. But anyway, that's my Mangini challenge for Friday. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Stay safe. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. Do the things you need to do. Be smart. Be responsible. But at the same time, I hope you have a great weekend. Happy collecting, y'all.